ham radios. Guess what? Let me go get a sweatshirt, though. It's freezing out here. Stay. Where did I put my hat? It's so cold. See if anybody's joining us. No, not yet. All right, we're getting ready to go live here. Looks like it's getting ready there. 3, 2, 1. And if we get our chat over here, I can say hello. All right, now see if people start joining us on the live stream here. We're going to be talking about these ham radios. So I think the first one we'll talk about is the one that started it all. And this is a ham. There's actually two kind of radios out on the desk, on the table here. This green one on the end is a GMRS, and the rest of these are hams. So I've been charging this for a little while. I guess it'll turn on. So you turn it on. You get your, I'm going to leave it off because the batteries are low. I'm going to need to charge it. But you turn it on. It'll say channel mode. And it'll go into the various modes. Now these are ham radios, so they can be used for lots of different things. So different frequency bands and things like that. You can set all that through the keyboard here, the keys on the front here. Maybe I should angle this a little bit more. That's a little bit better. So you can set all that stuff on the keys here, or there's some plugs on the side. And on a lot of these, you get earphones and mics. So on one side, you've got the plug, and this is a plug that's designed to go in right like this. And then it's in the up orientation. So the cord is coming out into the up orientation. You've got a clip on here on the cord, so you can clip it to your jacket or your gear or something. And then you've got a push to talk button here, so you can mute. And then going on the rest of the way, you've got the ear part. So this is the mic, and this is the ear part. Then there's plenty of cord, comes down to the side. So I guess I just showed you that to show you that there's these ports on the side. And this is also where you can plug in a USB cord and then plug it into a computer and charge, not charge it, but program it. And you can use the app that comes with the Baofengs to do that. And then there's other apps out there. So then, I'm not going to get into all programming and everything, but this is the one. It's a dual band ham, and it's pretty decent size for the time. A few years old now. It's from Baofeng. The rubber duck antenna, they call this. This unscrews, and other types of antennas can be used. Now you're going to use different antennas for different reasons. One would be the frequencies that you're using. So if you're connecting to airplanes, that's a little different than connecting to a remote control car, right? So there's these different types of antennas, and they can screw on. Now each of these radios comes as a different kit, so to speak. You can buy kits that come with, like this one, multiple antennas and a charging set and a base station, all kinds of stuff. And then you can run the slim line. So the one that's this one is a very low, inexpensive one, and comes just with the charging cable, the earphone thing, the clip and the battery, the radio, and a rubber duck antenna, which is essentially the basics. The more expensive can be like a charging cradle, a second radio, different antennas, maybe Well, that's pretty much as much accessories as you're going to find. So that was the first one I had, and the reveal here is that look at how little these minis are. So this is essentially the same radio. This was my old one, and this is the new ones we just got. So they're basically the same radio. They've just been able to shrink them down that much. So I guess we're starting with this one, and then I'm going to show you this GMRS, and this is not this as big, but it's pretty close. Oops, there goes my antennas. So antennas are round, they do roll around. All right, so this is a GMRS. It's a different set of radio frequencies, and it's a different set of license. So this one is something you could use as walkie-talkies around the house, walkie-talkies when you go camping or hiking real easily. This is a ham radio, and you can listen on this, but to talk on this, you'd have to have a ham radio license. So some people go with the GMRS so that they can use it as a walkie-talkie. But again, these were my big ones, right? And that's what we started with. These are both similar. They charge with USB-C. The port is in a different place on them, but they charge with USB-C. They have a clip that can come off. They always have a lanyard. I never use the lanyard, so I don't talk about it, but there's a lanyard and there's a place to put the lanyard. And that's handy if you're handing these out to people who didn't pay for them, so they might drop them. Or if you're in a boat or something, I guess, it's nice to have them tethered. All right, so they all have an LED light in them also. That's kind of handy. So when you turn them on, you can usually quickly get to the light to use it as like a flashlight or a beacon like that. All right, so GMRS and ham, but those, the big thing is how big those were really. These are the new ones. So let's take a look at the little guy. I got this one for myself. This one is the GM15 Pro, and it comes with a couple of different antennas. I got this gooseneck antenna, so I can kind of fold it down, then bring it up. So I like that it's got this type of antenna. It also came in the kit with the standard rubber duck that they all come with. And then that little, I don't know what to call it, little tiny one. And these are neat. Let's go ahead and turn it back on again. Got a nice screen.
Channel mode.
They'll tell you what mode they're in. You got scan features, backlit display here, standard buttons, that same kind of panel on the side for the earphone and mic. Now, this one comes with an earphone and mic, and these came with an earphone and mic, but I believe these did not. So we'll click key in the mics here just in case we're bothering anybody. But so I thought this was a pretty nice kit, but we needed more than just one, so decided to get some extras. And really, at the cost or the price point of these, you might as well upgrade all of them. Again, the big difference is our old radios were this big, new radios are this big. So everybody's getting new radios for Christmas, I guess. And let's dig in. So this was the first set I bought, or the first single one I bought, and then I bought two sets of two. This first set, like I say, came with no ear set, but in the box it does have the USB and the lanyards. They all come with the clip. Well, they all come with the rubber duck antenna. They all come with the clip and the battery, so all of them. They all come with a lanyard and the USB charging cable. The big difference is this set comes with, both of them have an earphone mic. This set comes with an earphone mic. These don't come with the earphone mic. But otherwise, they're the same radio. They're the 5R radio that's been around for a long time. They do have a couple of upgrades. You can find those upgrades out there all over the place, that like scanning and some other features. Now, some of these, well, these are available in a GMRS size or format as well. So you could get yourself a set of GMRS, and I got them in yellow. You can get them in, I think there's another color, and then you can get them in clear. I've got a clear one on the way. So you could have your GMRS in yellow and your hams in black, and that way you can keep them, keep track of them. But look how little they are. And these are full-fledged, good to go 5 watt radios. They can jump down to 2.5 if you don't need to go that far. But these would be great for camping, hiking. Anybody that's using hams now that are normally this big, now you're using hams that are this big. I guess I should put these on the screen here. And for the price, Like, I don't know if we're supposed to mention the price, but you can't beat the price. So if you don't already have a ham license, then I suggest getting them in the GMRS mode. A GMRS radio frequency is something that anybody can talk on. It's just a few different channels. They all have a 999 channel memory bank, so they can remember 999 channels. Technically, you can program them through the keypad, but no one's going to want to program that many. So again, you get a USB cable that plugs into the side here. That goes into your computer, and you use the app that you can get from Baofeng or other apps out there, and you can find the frequencies in bulk. Lots of people do ham radio, so you'll find people that have the frequencies for your area or your area of interest, and you can plug those in and have them to different presets. These can scan. No, they're not scanners, so they don't scan as well as a scanner, but they do scan. And again, look at how little they are. It's just amazing. So these are the new minis. We went ahead and bought, I guess, 5 of them right away. The one set here with the Pro set for me, because I'm probably the one that's most nerd about them. And came with a couple extra antennas. And then the yellow set and the black set. And those will go out to everybody that we go camping and hiking with. All right, so no questions coming in, but we'll just show them again. The big difference between the old ones, and these are only a couple years old, but the new ones will take us well into 2026. Full 5 watts. There's all kinds of tests out there. You can check them out. They've been around for a while now, but they're fairly new. And good form factor. Even compared to this old GMRS, which I really like. I really like this GMRS. But this is just a bit smaller, and you're full ham here. All right, plenty of people out there. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, we'll can't really hang around, so we'll go ahead and start ending this one up. Thanks everybody for joining us. We were taking a look at my first UV5R. Oh, I guess that's this one. The UV5R, that original one I had for a couple years now, and then the new 5R Mini that's replacing it. And then we looked at that GMRS, the GM15 Pro. Been having that one again for a couple years. These are the ones I take with me when we go traveling, in case there's an emergency or we want to monitor what's going on out there. And then replacing them with these yellow and black UV5R Minis. I guess they say mini. All right, thanks for joining. Nobody really says anything over on the Amazon side ever. So let's see if anybody says anything over here. So I just ran it over there on Amazon. Got some views. Got some people listening to it. No clicks though, but I was only live for 20 to 15 minutes, not even 15 minutes, 11 minutes. So if there's any questions over here, let me take a look. Live chat. Can I communicate from one blanket fort to another? Definitely. You're going to want to get yourself a gooseneck antenna so that you can, don't have to worry about it breaking. Or one of these flexible whips. And then definitely. So this is GMRS. When I broadcast from GMRS, if these were all on scan mode. No. Baofeng. Hello, 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 hello. If these were all on scan mode, they'd all click onto this frequency and, relay whatever I just said here. But these are hams, so they can go on way bigger spectrum than this little GMRS can. GMRSs are good if you don't want to get a license and you just want to have like a CB, channel 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever. Those are pretty much closer to that. Still, I think you need to get a GMRS license, but I don't think you have to, I think you just pay for that. I don't think you have to take a test. All right, so no questions coming in. We'll go ahead and wrap this one up. But yeah, the new 5R Minis are the hotness. That old 5R used to be small back in the old days. Now we know what small really is. Gotta remember where to turn these things off anymore.